Cheryl, you mentioned that volunteering at a school might be a good way to get a better understanding of how education in Canada is different from other countries. So, when somebody does that, volunteer at a school, what could they see there? What should internationally trained teachers be looking for?
Yes. So I think one of the more important things that makes education in Canada different from a lot of countries is that we tend to be very equal. So the teachers are not seen as vastly superior to the students, but the students and the teachers tend to operate on a kind of an equal level. So in children's education, there's an emphasis on treating the child like this is going to sound weird, but treating the child like a human being, right? They're not
Hmm.
a lesser person to be dominated and dictated to, but the child is part of their own education. Children can say they like or don't like something, that they want to do or don't want to do something, and the teacher's job is to work with the different needs of different students. That's a big change for a lot of people who are used to a more kind of authoritarian way of teaching, where the teacher is the boss, the teacher is the god of the classroom, and students are told to do things and they do what they're told, and that's the end of the story. Right?
Hmm.
Canadian education tends to be a little messier than that in some
Hmm.
respects. Mhm.
Hmm. So, what you mentioned is mostly about relationship, and how do you think that translates to kind of teaching methodology, approaches to teaching in practice?
Yes, so the teaching methodologies, working with children, the methodology tends to be interactive, immersive, that the children are not, sitting still in their desk all day. And
Mhm.
in fact, they're rarely sitting at their desk. They're engaged in hands-on kinds of activities where they're making something, they're doing something, they're creating something, and that's how the students demonstrate knowledge. There is testing, of course, in Canadian schools, but it's not as strong an emphasis as it is in schools in other countries. We don't have competitive exams in Canada. We don't
Mhm.
have exit exams in Canada.
Mhm.
So the students demonstrate their learning in ways outside of just an exam, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Interesting. It
Mhm.
does. Thank you so much.